But yeah, so as I was saying, I was thinking of jumping into. I've been seeing all over my timeline, all over my Instagram, all over my Twitter. I've had three of my boys message me on my WhatsApp like, "Yo, fam, you gonna cover? Like, have you heard what's happening with Lil Durk?" And I'm like, "Say what? What's going on now? Like, what's happening now? You know what I mean? I want shit." And literally, in a brief nutshell, I think he's been arrested. Um, as far as I could gather, maybe trying to put a hit on somebody. I don't know if it's retaliation for King Von, who died, his best friend. But yeah, instead of speculating, let's find out what's happening here, man. We got Lil Durk arrested in murder for hire plot. Everything we need to know. Murder for hire plot. Yo, bro. Like, they got Young Thug now. Boy, they're doing RICOs on everybody right now. They're doing RICOs on everybody right now. Like, they're trying to take down the whole hip-hop drill industry. I don't think they like the image that's portrayed with drill music, which I still think is wrong. But let's go.
A popular rap artist is behind bars after a shocking arrest, as authorities accuse him of being connected to an alleged murder for hire plot.
Right.
Chicago rapper Durk Banks, better known by his stage name Lil Durk, was arrested yesterday after allegedly attempting to flee the country, and at this time he's being held in a Broward County jail in Florida, awaiting transfer to the U.S. Marshals.
Bruh.
According to the FBI affidavit, the Grammy Award-winning rapper...
Yo, when the feds have you, you know. When the feds have you, you know, man, you might as well start kissing everybody goodbye, bruv. Your mama, your sisters, you know what I mean? Shoot. Bruh, the feds ain't coming for you until they got like a 95% conviction rate or something like that. Like, they ain't coming for you unless they know for sure they got you. I can't believe didn't he just get the keys to the city or something like that the other day? I swear I saw some kind of meme picture where he got the keys to the city. And come on, man.
Is charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire. His arrest comes on the same day as federal prosecutors announced in California the charges of 5 other men for the attempted murder of Georgia rapper Quando Rondo, whose real name is Taquan Bowman.
Yo.
Prosecutors say those 5 men all have ties to Chicago gangs and all targeted the Georgia rapper in retaliation for the murder of
Yo, is that when they shot Is that when Quando Rondo's cousin got shot in the car with him? No. It can't be.
Chicago rapper King Von. According to prosecutors, all 5 men, who include Kevon London Grant, a.k.a. Vonnie, Asa Houston, a.k.a. Boogie, David Brian Lindsay, a.k.a. Brown Eyes, Keith Jones, a.k.a. Flocka, and DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, a.k.a. Didi. They all face charges including conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire involving death, and use of a machine gun in a violent crime resulting in death.
Damn.
And the most serious charge carries up to the death penalty if convicted.
Yo, bruv, murder for hire, you know. And for them to have him right now, they must have some substantial amount of evidence to know for sure that allegedly he's part of whatever they're trying to say he is, you know, like, this looks serious. This looks okay serious right now. Like, come on.
According to prosecutors, all 5 men have ties to Lil Durk's hip-hop group Only the Family, also known as OTF. OTF was founded by Lil Durk more than a decade ago. And according to the FBI, OTF members engage in violence, including murder and assault, at the direction of Lil Durk and to maintain their status in OTF. King Von, whose real name was Davon Bennett, was also a part of OTF and frequently collaborated with and was a longtime friend of Lil Durk. King Von was shot and killed in November of 2020 outside a nightclub in Atlanta. He was killed in the early morning hours of November 6th during an argument between 2 groups that escalated into gunfire. And he was fatally shot by Quando's associate Lil Tim after the argument. The indictment doesn't name Davon Bennett, aka King Von. Instead, the charging documents state a high-ranking OTF member described by the initials DB got into a physical altercation with someone referred to as TB.
You see, this is what happens, yeah? When you get peer pressured by social media, trolls, people you don't even know telling you that you need to slide for King Von. And that's all that's been said ever since he died. Everybody been on Durk's back. You need to slide. When you going to slide, you need to slide. And it looks like he took that seriously. Like, bro, literally. And you playing around in a state where you have the death penalty as well, too? Bruh. You already beat one case. You know what I mean? Like,
And the circumstances surrounding that incident mirror King Von's murder. The indictment says after DB's death, co-conspirator 1 made clear in coded language that they would pay a bounty or monetary reward to anyone who took part in killing TB for his role in DB's murder. That co-conspirator is allegedly Lil Durk, who authorities say made it known he would pay a bounty to anyone who killed Quando Rondo. According to the court documents, the men used an OTF-associated credit card to buy plane tickets to LA in August of 2022 to search for TB, who...
Yo, hold up. Using OTF credit cards, bro. That's his label, that's his people. Everybody know OTF is Durk. Like, are you guys joking me? Come on, man. They were looking to
made
get
it
caught.
known he would pay a bounty to anyone who killed Quando Rondo. According to the court documents, the men used an OTF-associated credit card to buy plane tickets to LA in August of 2022 to search for TB, who is allegedly Quando Rondo, and using funds provided by Lil Durk. Durk allegedly texted an associate arranging the flight, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." And prosecutors claim when there, Kevon Grant booked a hotel room for the men to stay at and provided the others with firearms. Grant allegedly procured cars, ski masks, and firearms that were used to find, track, and kill TB. According to the FBI, there is video evidence that Durk was staying at the house in the San Fernando Valley that day. A lot of the stories that we cover here at Law and Crime are very tough to tell.
They're definitely trying to link him with these guys. And the mere fact they've gone for him, like they got some serious evidence. We may not know what's happening yet, but
the reason we're able to keep bringing you these types of stories is because of our great sponsors. So I want to take a moment to thank Upside for sponsoring this story. If you're wondering what's Upside, well, it's a free app that gets you cash back on daily essentials like gas, groceries, and restaurants. Sometimes I only have time for a quick lunch, but then there are times I can have a nice sit down at a restaurant and I can use Upside for both. And I can get cash back when I do. And it's so simple and easy to use, completely free, so why not try it? This is actual real cash back too. It's money that appears in your Upside app that you can transfer straight into your bank account. So here's what you do. You download the Upside app, claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside. You pay as usual using a debit or a credit card and follow the steps on the app to tank of gas. Again, that's promo code LC News for an extra 25 cents back on your first gallon of gas. According to the indictment, Kevon Grant allegedly rented 2 cars, one of which had a fake license plate for the men to use and follow Rondo and his 24-year-old cousin. But when Rondo and his cousin stopped for gas, according to prosecutors, Asa Houston allegedly drove to a nearby alley before Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and a third unidentified man known in the indictment as co-conspirator 2 carried out the shooting, which was captured on surveillance video. Rondo wasn't injured. However, his cousin passed away after being fatally wounded. According to court documents, the 5 men and co-conspirator, Rondo wasn't injured before Keith extra 25 cents back on your first gallon of gas. According to the indictment, Kevon Grant allegedly rented 2 cars, one of which had a fake license plate for the men to use and follow Rondo and his 24-year-old cousin. But when Rondo and his cousin stopped for gas, according to prosecutors, Asa Houston allegedly drove to a nearby alley before Keith.
So I'm saying, like, these guys just don't think, man. Like, how the heck you... I don't want to say too much because then it looks like, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to... Yeah, just...
Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and a third unidentified man known in the indictment as co-conspirator 2 carried out the shooting, which was captured on surveillance video. Rondo wasn't injured. However, his cousin passed away after being fatally wounded. According to court documents, the 5 men and co-conspirators used facilities of interstate and foreign commerce, such as planes, cars, cell phones, and the internet with intent that the murder of TB be committed. After the shooting, according to the indictment, the men went to a nearby...
I saw this on TikTok. I saw this on Instagram. I saw this on YouTube shorts where Quando was on the road screaming, bawling his eyes out. Yeah, I didn't realize it was his cousin they killed. I kind of up to date, but I'm not up to date. You know what I'm saying? I don't really follow a lot of stuff that's going on, but kind of try to keep my ear to the ground. And I remember this situation here. Like that's, bruh.
burger spot to discuss payment. Then on the same day, the credit card was used to purchase tickets for Keith Jones, David Bryan Lindsay, Asa Houston, DeAndre Wilson, and co-conspirator 2 to travel back to Chicago. Lil Durk wasn't named in the charging documents against Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston. But according to the indictment, the defendants were offered money and lucrative music opportunities with OTF for the murder of Quando Rondo.
Yo.
Prior to Lil Durk's arrest, the Chicago rapper was being sued by the mother of Chicago drill rapper FBG Duck.
Oh,
FBG
shoot.
Duck was murdered in
Time out. So, FBG Duck's mom is suing Lil Durk. But it didn't come out that it was King Von who put the hit on him. So how come she's suing Durk though? I need to go check that one out because that they got me slumped even more.
2020, and his death led to several convictions in a federal conspiracy trial last January. But his mother sued Lil Durk, OTF, and King Von's estate, alleging they were all involved in the shooting as well. According to the suit, OTF operates as a criminal enterprise. After Grant, Jones, Lindsay, Wilson,
RICO.
and Houston were arrested Thursday, the FBI says Durk booked 2 flights from South Florida airports, one to Dubai and one to Switzerland. He then reportedly booked a flight to Italy, but was arrested in Miami before he could board that flight. Lil Durk and the other defendants are being held pending their transfer back to LA. I want to bring on now Detective Eric Barnes to break
I
down
swear
this
that
case
shit was
even
announced
further.
a
Eric,
little while
thank you so
ago.
much for joining me today. You know, Lil Durk is a really popular rapper, but what's your reaction to his arrest and his alleged connection to this murder for hire plot of Georgia rapper Quando Rondo?
Well, it's a very interesting case. I've been following it for some time now, but it's very representative of things that are going on within the hip hop community these days. Of the 1 foot in the studio, 1 foot in the streets.
And talk to me a little bit about retaliation within gang culture, maybe even hip hop culture as well, too, that we can even trace back these events in particular, kind of in a way starting from King Von's death in Georgia in 2020, and 2 years later, Quando Rondo's attempted murder where his cousin was actually killed during this ambush. What is your kind of reaction?
The reason I know about this because I do listen to some of their tunes. Like King Von, I do listen to a couple of songs. I heard 1 or 2 of Quando's songs. You know what I mean? NBA Young Boys people. It's just sad that it goes past music. So I tell everybody, keep it on wax. You know what I mean? That's what hip hop is meant to be about. But unfortunately, it never stays that way.
To just this whole web and trail that has been going on essentially since 2020, even probably prior to that too.
Well, one of the things that's been popular with hip hop artists is to maintain the same group of friends that they had since they were kids. Maintaining that loyalty, not changing up, and becoming a new person because you have fame. And so, in keeping these alliances, sometimes there's beef that follows from the streets into rap, and like I said, these guys live, day to day, and their alliances also live that same lifestyle.
And, reading through this indictment, there appears to be this really heavy level of planning to allegedly carry out this murder. Plane tickets were bought, cars were rented.
Man, all I'm saying is, if they got this much evidence on Dirk, yeah, and they've arrested him, bruh, he is royally,
Ski masks and firearms were bought. Talk to me a little bit about the sophistication you may have noticed within the planning and these allegations.
Well, one of the things that you have to, the hurdles, so to say, that you have to get over in this case is just the geographic difficulties going from Chicago to California to commit this offense. And so there's only a couple ways you can get there. Either you can drive or you can fly. And, obviously the advantage of flying gives you more of a time advantage. You can get there faster, but you also leave an electronic footprint. And that's what it seems like law enforcement was able to pick up on was the electronic footprints that were left from purchasing the tickets. Now, when you fly, you also have to have transportation on the ground. So you have rental cars. And if you're there for an extended period of time, that also leads to maybe a hotel stay.
You know, as we talk about this level of planning, it also appears there was also this element of not so great planning if you didn't want to be caught. And some of the five defendants actually used their real names, their birth dates, and photo IDs
Man, it sound
to
like
book this travel.
I'm listening to this and it sound like my boy got a leak in his camp. Sound like he got a leak in his camp. Like somebody is cooperating. When feds coming on you, they got a guaranteed witness, or you got a leak in your camp. Some's not adding up right here. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then one of the co-conspirators actually texted another co-conspirator saying, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." What's your reaction to kind of just doing this allegedly and using your real name, your real ID, but also kind of wanting to keep this on the down low as well too, of not wanting to get caught?
Well, I think that when I read over that, I was kind of surprised by that, with how you know unhidden that was. But I think also it plays to the element of what their motivation was. And it seemed that as there was some discussion of payment, and so sometimes individuals are so intrigued by being able to get their hands on whatever this payment is that they overlook small details, and leaving your name on a receipt or on a reservation is one of those things that they miss.
When we see kind of these types of cases, a lot of times, I think sometimes the defendants are allegedly always kind of wanting one specific target, but then there are some cases where someone else is hurt or killed, kind of in this focus of
Okay.
retaliation. What are your thoughts, given that Quando
Let me see where we at with this. They're literally gonna
Roberts on just
interview.
how young?
You read that.
Alright, cool. I really just wanted the news section of this. Yeah. So, bottom line, Lil Durk's arrested. They got 5 other accomplices, and they're trying to make him out to be the main person who put the hit out for hire, and the person got killed in the end. Boy, it ain't looking good. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he's made it to where he is right now, dropping hits literally every month, keys to the city given to him, and now you get caught for this? Some people just do not enjoy the privilege of freedom. You know what I mean? Like, you got money and everything, and you're still here trying to live the hype. Got nobody else to blame, man. At the same time, though, it's just unfortunate. Very unfortunate.